Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Tips on Tuesday. Today we're playing the second hole on the Old Course. The second is either a par 4, long par 4 from the men's card or a par 5 from the women's card. But there are a couple of tips to help you play this hole better. First of all, today we're on the tee box that's more aligned to the left side of the hole. Occasionally we are on the tee box that's more on the right. Regardless though, your line from the tee should be down the left of this hole. There's more room down the left than there looks from the tee. To help me with this, I've actually moved my golf ball to the right hand side of this tee box. So this means as I'm standing behind the shot here, kind of opens up my shot so I can hit more down the left. If I were to tee it up more on the left of the hole, it's almost straight away pointing me at the right side of the fairway. So if I'm starting over here, I'm going to choose myself a target in the distance, something kind of at least sort of in the middle of that sort of portion of fairway, but I know there is some room left, so I can aim a little bit further left if I want to. And set up to that. And play it, let's go. So it's finished a little bit down the left side, but that'll be absolutely fine when we get up there. Okay, so my ball's finished on the left of the hole, but I just wanted to point out this side of the hole. So if you have missed the fairway right, or you're on the right side of the fairway, there is this kind of gap between the trees here that looks a little bit tempting. It looks like, oh, I could just go for it straight through the gap. I say most often, if you've missed a fairway that's this wide, chances of then getting your ball through a gap that's this wide, it's quite risky. So from here, as tempting as it might be, sensible play is to hit the ball, pitch it back out into the middle of the fairway, into the wide part of the fairway where you've got a good view of the green. It's a much safer way of playing the hole. Okay, so my ball's finished on the left side of this fairway. This is definitely the side of the fairway to be on. It opens up the hole. I can see the whole of the green. I've got a really good view of everything from here. The ball here, you can get a few tricky lies here though. So on this particular portion of the fairway, ball is slightly above my feet. It's also slightly on a downslope. This is going to affect how I play this shot. I'm going to have to allow for the ball potentially moving a little bit left off the slope, and I'm going to have to put the ball just a fraction further back in my stance just to make sure, so my shoulders then are sort of parallel with the slope itself. This isn't too big of a downslope, so it shouldn't cause me too many issues. But bearing that in mind, I'm off a downslope, I need to get the ball launching in the air. I'm taking my 5-wood here instead of my 3-wood. I think that's going to be a little bit easier for me to launch and get airborne. Playing this hole, all the trouble on this hole really, most of it is down the right. So for me to play this and have a good pitch into the green, if I don't make my second shot, if it doesn't reach, I want to be more on the sort of centre or left of the fairway so I can get a clear pitch into the green. If I end up the right, I could be in heather, I could have a bunker to come over, I could be in the bunker. So for me to play this and have a good chance of making a birdie or a par, I want to be playing centre or even slightly on the left side of this hole. Bear in mind, I did just say the ball could curve a little bit left, so from here I'm not going to aim myself too far. I'm going to aim probably here today. The flag is just cut to the left of the bunker up there. I'm going to aim just left of that, which gives me enough room left if this ball does then curve a little bit. So let's go ahead and play it. So I say ball is slightly further back in my stance. I'm going to grip down the club just a little bit because of the slope. And then I'm just going to make a nice smooth swing. Okay, so I've finished on the left side of this hole, just off the fairway, but I've got a shot that's about 52 yards, plenty of green to work with, nothing to come over, so it should be quite a straightforward shot. I'm going to aim this. I want to land it probably just onto the green, few feet onto the putting surface, and I'm going to aim it a little bit left of the flag. 2 reasons. One is there's lots of green to the left of the flag, and also when you look at this green, it sort of falls away on both edges. So if I'm aiming, or the flag's on the right, I can aim a little bit left of it and it should move a little bit round to the right. So I'm going to aim this slightly left and then try and land it on the green, probably a few feet onto the putting surface. Okay, so this is where my pitch shot finished up. So see, I'm pin high, I'm putting 2 to use a flag here, not too far, it's probably about sort of 20-25 feet, and feeling or looking at this, there's not too much in it. It should be, if anything, a little bit of a slope left to right, but not too much. I'm just going to try and roll this up to the flag. And if you're playing this as a par 5, this obviously is a birdie putt. If you're playing this as a par 4, this would be my par putt. But ideally, I want to walk off with no more than a 5. So if I get this close, tap it in, I'm happy with either result. Okay, so when playing this second hole, it is a long hole. The slopes definitely have an effect on how you play your second shot in particular. But if you plot your way around this hole, it can be a hole that you can score well on. Just don't take any unnecessary risk. Anything down the right generally is going to be quite risky. So just try and play, if you can, middle of the fairway, slightly up the left, opens up the green. You'll have a great chance of making a good score. I hope this tips helps, and see you all soon.